everybody, this is Peggy for Cropstop.com, and tonight I want to show you my new dies that I got from Sizzix. These are the Flip It card dies. I love them. I love making cards. I make them all the time, and this is really nice to be able to have a variety of shapes and action cards. This one is called the Majestic Flip It, so we're going to show you what I did with that one. And then what's really cool is that there are Sizzix dies that match. So you can get this whole set, make sure you can see these okay, this whole set of die cuts that fit in here so that you can cut your layers, and it's just awesome. Plus you get some bigger ones that you can do other good stuff with. You get 6 dies all together, and it tells you right here this goes with your Majestic. So there you are. So I'm going to show you what I did with that one. The other one I have is called the Ornate Card Flip It. So I actually did a card with that one, and they also have the Ornate dies again. And this one you also get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I counted that one twice. 9. There you are. What I love about these particular dies is what you see is what you get. In other words, this line right here in your die, that is exactly where it cuts. So if you have words, or if you have a picture or a design that you want exactly in the center, you know that what you see is what you get. So I'm going to show you that. And then I pulled out an older Cuttlebug folder that looked like the honeycomb. I think they called it honeycomb. So I used that. And then I used one of their little dies. And this one is called, what is this one called? Scallop Circle Insert. And so I used it. Let me just show you the card that I made. Oh, I'm going to be using Memento ink because you know I love it. And, well, foam tape. Anyway, let me just show you what I did here. Here's the first little card that I did. So I used my framelits. I guess, here we go. Get a hold of that. These. And I made the 2 little centerpieces. And I embossed around the edge, like so. And then when you open it, I have a little bee that I cut on my Cricut, and it says, "You're the bee's knees." So there you are. And I just kind of outlined it with a little black marker pen. So it looks very elegant here. And surprise, it's a fun card. There's a bee inside. So there you go. Cool. Isn't that fun? It moves. I love it, love it, love it. And I just added a little flower and a bling on the front. So that's the one I did. Now what I wanted to do for you on camera is actually assemble one. So I've gone ahead and cut out all the pieces using the Majestic. Let me get a hold of them here. And I'm going to show you how you can use the die to cut different things to put together the card. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Hopefully I'll have it in the shape. Let me get things set up and I'll be right back. Now I've gone ahead and run this through my Big Shot. When you're using the dies, you're going to put your paper right on top and making sure that you're within the cutting lines. You line your paper up. You're going to use your 2 cutting mats on top of there, the clear plates, when you're using the Big Shot. If you're using your Cuttlebug, you're going to use your 2B plates, and it'll go through there beautifully. If you're using your Vagabond, again, you're going to use your 2 Sizzix cutting plates and go right in there, and it will cut perfectly. If you find you're having problems that your machine is a tighter fit between there, you may need to use the rubber mat that comes along, or that you can get to go along with your Big Shot. And I'll be showing a video here in the next few months of the different die cutting machines and how to do all the different things, but this will get you started looking at some of the different dies that are out there. So I've gone ahead and I've cut my card as so. I went ahead and I cut it again with printed paper, and I'm going to layer that on the outside. So let me just do that. Now I'm going to line up right with the cut of the die. I hope my head's not in there. And I trimmed off just a smidge around the outside of the card. Let me bring that up a little closer so you can see. So I've trimmed just a smidgen off of here, here, and here, but I have it fitting right snug against the actual cutout part of the card, right there. Okay. So that's my front part, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Now, you could also just take, I've seen some folks take just strips of paper and put them together and use it that way, and it's really cute too. So there's a variety. You don't have to just cut and fold and be done. You can really dress it up. So there you are. So now I have the front of my card like so. Okay? Alright, there's that part. Now, excuse me. Using this little die that I showed you here from Sizzix, make sure I'm in the camera, I keep worrying about that. I cut out with a little bit cream colored paper, and then I used my applicator and my Memento Desert Sand, and I just went around it. Now, there had been some other ink that I used this on, another brown color, so I kind of got a different, and I really love it. And I'm actually going to make sure that I can see that, so I'm going to kind of, you know, play with it to make sure I have it where I can see. And I don't want to get it so that my card won't open, so let me see if that's going to work. I think I'm liking it there. So I think if I line it up with that line, I'll be in good shape. So let's give it a try. Oh, you know what I just thought of? I bet I can't get that adhesive that far down because it'll tape my card shut. So let me just rub some of that off. So let me get that rubbed off there, and then I'll tell you what I'm talking about here. Oh, I'm just so glad that I thought of that. That would have been a bummer to tape my Flip It card closed. I think it needs to move up a little. Alright, let's put that there. So what I was talking about, see I have a hole here, right there. Can you see my little hole? Had I put tape all the way back here, when I closed my card I would have taped it shut. So be careful of the opening. Boy, I'm so glad I saw that. Oh my word. So look how cute that is starting out already. Is that too stinking cute? I'm loving it. So then what I did is I took another one of the sizes of the dies that matched, and I cut a centerpiece to go here. And again, I took my applicator and I put a little bit of ink around the edge. I kind of like it a little darker, actually. Oops. And we're going to go ahead and adhere that. I'm going to open it up this way so I can see a little bit better. That's looking good to me. So, there we are with that part. Coming together really nicely. Then what I did, excuse me, I took two dies, and I'm going to grab this hunk of paper just to show, what did I do with that piece of paper? Here. I took two dies that fit inside of each other to make my little frame. And I used washi tape, which I love washi tape, and I have found that it is great to use when positioning, because all I wanted was this part here. I didn't want the whole thing. I just wanted this little, let me get a hold of it here, this little part. That's all I wanted, was just that little part that would cut out here. So I put up both of them on there, cut them at the same time, put a little bit of washi tape so they wouldn't jiggle around, and that's how I got my little frame. So now I'm going to put some adhesive on my frame. And again, I'm going to line it up with the opening. I'm trying to stand up and do this. I do so much better when I stand and do these little things. Alrighty now. Come on. Go on there. There we go. I started at one corner and worked my way around, and it seemed to do a bit better. I think I do need to move it up a little bit. Well, I'm glad I'm using repositional adhesive, because that would be pitiful if I went to all this trouble and then it didn't work. So, I think we'll get it. Hang in there with me, folks. Just got to get it lined up the right way. There we go. Oh my word. One would have thought. Okay, so I've got like a two-tone little frame here, and then I open it up and I have this. Now, my sentiment will go in here, or you could stamp something in there besides your sentiment if you'd like. You could even stamp it over here. This is the front of my card. And I love butterflies, so I am going to add a butterfly using my foam tape right on the front. Now let me show you what I did. I hope the camera will show this. I have two layers there, and I just wanted a little more depth to it, so I just put one on top of the other. Just used the same paper, it didn't matter really. And then there is my finished card. And I absolutely love it. I think I might use this for a graduation card. And I might need a butterfly in here. I'm not sure. Well, I have to think about that because it's so beautiful. I don't even think I want to open it. I like it closed. So isn't that just so awesome that I have a flip card and I can do different things with those die cuts and just make a beautiful, beautiful card. So you have learned another little way to use your dies, I hope, and to use your little framelits here. Do they call these framelits? I keep calling them framelits. That's what I've always called them. I hope that's what they're called. Multi-purpose. That's not what they're telling me. Oh, well. Yeah, framelits. Okay, I was right. Sometimes I get worried about what they call stuff, and I forget what they call because, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I used the ornate and I used the majestic to make these beautiful cards. And there you go. And don't forget the little fun bee one. So there you go. So make sure you jump over there to cropstop.com. Check out all the dies that we have. All the new Flip It dies that are coming out. There's some that haven't even been released yet, but you can pre-order them. And make sure to tell them that Peggy sent you. Have a great day.